So, hello. Let's see if my timing is right this time. The stream should be live now. And as usual, I didn't check the sound mixer level, so there might be something wrong in there. But let's see how it works. In any case, hello. And we are back into the Terminal Emulator project, which has been developed quite a great deal since the last time you saw it. The last time you saw it was, let me see. Last time I streamed was, well, it was many days ago anyway. There's quite many commits here that have been developed outside the stream. Actually, I should probably show it in another way. There's a graphical tool for exploring the Git repository, so this may be a little bit more descriptive. Hold on, where can I? Here. Okay. So there's a couple of new commits here. Also, not all of them are by me, which is a great thing, because when you make a project and publish it in GitHub or other sites, other people can also commit to your project, so that is absolutely great. One of the things that I have recently added into this project was about adding support for the different character sets. And let me show that if I can remember the keyboard bindings here, like so, to make the window bigger. And also there was a command that I wrote for displaying the character sets, but I can't remember what it was actually. Can I find it here? No, I can't find it there. Hold on, I have to dig a little for, because it should have been there. Well, it doesn't seem to be in my command history anymore, but in any case, you can find a screenshot in the GitHub page here, showing that this terminal now does actually support not only the DOS character set, but also a great deal of more alphabets. Hold on, can I zoom this without lagging too much? Yes, so there's a lot of letters here that are not part of either the DOS code page or either Latin 1, which is the other common option. So those are the two things that I well, a couple of things that I have been doing off screen, and a couple of tasks are still remaining. For example, bell support. Right now, this is external. When I press backspace here, you get a little beep there, but in my terminal there's no sound effect whatsoever there. There's also screen recording, which is missing, and one of these is something I will probably do in this stream. Someone is saying video is black. Really? Video black? No, video is working just fine. Can you make C++ tutorials? Well, C++ tutorials from... Well, so many people were commenting about C++ tutorials here. I have been doing some C++ tutorials on my channel before. You have probably maybe seen one of them, and I have more planned. There is one that I am currently working on, which is what that community challenge thing that I was trying to get you people to do is related to into the production of that video. So yeah, about that bell, you can do that by SDL audio device, but if you listen to Xterm here, when I press backspace, this beep does not actually come through Pulse Audio or ALSA or anything like that. It actually comes from the PC speaker, which is impossible to do in SDL if you use the SDL mic mixer thing, because for one, this beep doesn't even come through these speakers, these headphones. It comes directly through that speaker, so beeper speaker in the computer case. So it totally bypasses those. And I had a little look on how Xterm does that. I will show that to you. By the way, this text might be too small for you to see on the screen, so let me open a bigger terminal for you. If I can find the right icon here. Here we go. Bigger terminal. So if you look at Xterm source code, beep, was it beep or was it? I had a look at what does that, but where was it? Beep, bell. It was called bell. Bell. Yes, bell. Here we go. So these are the two functions that Xterm uses for that purpose. It uses the xbell function for the sound effect, and this xbell function is documented on the xbell manual page, which of course requires a connection to the X11 server, so that could be a little bit difficult on the program that is running on SDL. So that is one option to do that, but that would be a good option if that is possible, because it will use whatever sound device there is possible to use to make that beep sound. Can you use buzzer from motherboard to make another sound? Yes, you actually can. If I install hold on, SNDPC this module, although I probably need to PCSPQ this module, then I can probably play music through that speaker. This one. Okay, well, that theoretically works, but it is too quiet to hear now, so that doesn't quite work. Ahmed, you have to ask that herself. So, this still works, even though I replaced the module. So, there are two options how I might do that beep. The beep module in my code is currently completely empty, so I could use that xbell function, or if portability is wanted, I could use the SDL mixer and just synthesize the sound. These are the two options, and I would like to go with xbell first. This function, xbell. So I will have to get a display variable first. So I will have to make a connection to the display server first. And there's also this function. What does it do? Rings the bell on the default keyboard. Window. There I would need a window or none. So these are the two options. What is the difference between these two? I don't know. Different API. So I will have to make a connection to the X server. So hold on. It was a variable called display. And this variable is created by... Actually, I know next to nothing about X11 programming, so X11 open display connection programming. I know next to nothing about X11 programming, so I will have to look up things. how to make a connection to X1 server. I may already have actually some code somewhere that does that. Oh yeah, one thing that I also was going to mention. Today we are having a hot day here in Finland. By hot I mean like 20 degrees Celsius, but that's hot enough for us. So it is actually quite hot here inside in this room. So I may do a shorter stream today, because it's not very comfortable to stream if you are all sweaty. But let me see. Display. How do I open this screen? Display dpy equals. Can I try dpy? So here this creates. So first I have to create a screen, I believe. Right? Screen. Oh. No, that doesn't look right. Creating a terminal like a CMD in Windows. Ben Assure, if you don't know what a terminal is, have a look at my GitHub page for this project. The link is in the video description. I'm explaining on that page pretty clearly what is a terminal emulator and what it is not. So have a look at that page. So that saves me some time from having to explain it on the stream, because I wrote a pretty good explanation there. So open a stream. I mean screen and display. So how do I open a screen then? Screen is... No. So where does it get the screen? No. Okay, maybe this is not the best example code. Xopen display. Okay, thank you, Cookie. That will certainly help. Yes. So something like could that work? Does it require more parameters? Xbel, yes, it requires a percentage, so I will need xlib and I will need cstdlib. Will it compile? No, it doesn't. Let me guess. Yes, that's much better. So I will also need... Does that work? Yes, that does work. So let me see if that worked. It did not. So is this function actually even called? Terminal.cc beep on. Yes, it is actually used. Beep on. Printf. Printf style debugging. So the terminal opening actually worked. So is the percentage wrong? I'm just guessing here. Term. No. No sound there. So do I need something else? Do I, for example, need to listen to events or something? Have you messed around with machine learning? Yes, sort of, but not with neural networks. Programming C++ from 2 years, I know the STL and system call stuff, but where should I learn the more lower level things like you do? Well, you maybe have to be more specific and then just look for that specific thing. Have you tried Go? Have you tried Go? No. If you mean the programming language. Expel. Do I need to do something else? If the bad value error. Base volume. Base plus. Do I need to also change this? Exchange keyboard key control? Would you implement ARM that command? No, because that is not the role of the terminal emulator. Again, read this page, specifically what the terminal is not. The terminal emulator is not a shell nor a command interpreter. It does not understand anything you type. So, the role of the terminal is not to interpret commands. So, how do I set the controls? Change keyboard control, long value mask. X keyboard control. Something like that. And then in that I have to change probably pitch. Let's try one of these variables, 1 or 2. Percent and duration. So change those variables, and the variables are like this. There was also another key click percent, I don't know what that is. Pitch and duration. I'm just guessing here. I could also look up a manual page or some example code, but I kind of want to explore first. So still didn't work because nothing happened there. Let me make a little debugging statement there to verify whether that place was actually even reached. Yes, it was reached. So, change keyboard control. Okay, Google time. Xbel, and add also this into the search. Change keyboard control. This is probably the same manual page that I was already looking at. Huh? Yeah, I downloaded that page, stupid. So, there's a book here. No. So all of these seem to refer to the manual page. So there's no example code. There's one. So mask D3 Xbel 2 equal beeps. So someone actually got that working. Get keyboard control. Do I need to get it first? I don't believe I have to, but let me try it anyway. No, X keyboard state. So that's different. Keyboard state. Do I need that? I don't believe I need that. So that should work, but for some reason it's not working. Why you use Google over DuckDuckGo or other privacy-oriented search engines? A bit mostly. Why Finnish not like immigrants? I have nothing against immigrants. And in general. Have you done any 68K ASM? No, I actually haven't. I have read it, but I have never done it. Make sure the driver is loaded for PC speaker. Well, it is loaded because when I press backspace here, this does beep. Although I could switch that module again. So remove that module. Doesn't seem to be possible. Well, no can do. So that doesn't seem to be working. I don't know. If I need to do the SDL mixer here, which I probably should anyway because of portability. There's also the possibility of doing it the Microsoft way. If this is being compiled on Windows, there's a define which I could use if def something. Should it be MSVC or something? Probably Windows or something like that. I don't remember the defines, but use a Windows equivalent function which does that, but that's not a priority for me right now. Yeah, something like that. But I would like to get this working before. Greetings to Kouvola. I would like to get this working before I switch to SDL mixer here because it's more work to do than mixer thing. I'm using Linux Mangosta. Microsoft thing, yeah. Does anyone have any idea why this is not working? Because I do have that module up, so the device should be working. Is there a return value on that function? Return value, return. What happens? Beep, 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 beep. So it returns 1. What does 1 mean? I really don't know much anything about X programming, so bad value. Well, it wasn't either one of those. Bad value. It was a bad request, so that means maybe this display variable was not right. So what does XOpenDisplay do? It will, if it's not successful, it returns null. Okay, so maybe this was the problem. Let me see both of those. Stack Overflow questions. What was that? Make sounds with beep. Yeah. Yeah, that's like Windows thing, but not using Windows here, so that's a no-go. Yeah, none of these answers seem to be helpful. Yeah, This sort of thing would actually maybe possibly work, but I don't want to use this because, for example, this kind of thing will totally fail if you don't have permissions to write into this device. So both of those returned 1. So both of them said bad request. Why? Is there a compatibility layer or something for compiling C++ for Windows? You don't need a compatibility layer because you have C++ compilers for Windows. Or otherwise, I don't understand what you mean by that question. Do you remember? Recommend to be IT polyglot? How deep can be? How deep can be? That is deep. So there was another link here, so let me check that also. Beep time console, yeah. There's a Linux specific and I kinda don't want to do that. Yeah. No thank you, because that requires access to Linux console, which might not be possible there. And this is also something that is dependent on the PC speaker. And in case you didn't know, if I don't have that beeper device, if I hit backspace here, no, I don't want to do that. And also, where would it put it? Where would it write it? If I redirect the output of the program somewhere, if I run it like this, then everything I print there will be printed into that file. So that will not be possible. So that echo would also go into the file. So that's not correct. Yeah. That is actually Cookie. That was actually the next thing I was planning to do, but I didn't actually know it was really possible. This is actually quite interesting. Yeah. I would like to do that. But do I have a window somewhere? Window, yes I do. Unloading Pulse Audio Module X11. Why would I do that? But Cookie, that suggestion is the best one that I have received so far. So I'd like to try that. Now the problem is because this is in anonymous namespace here, this variable, and I need to access it in this beeper module. What is the best architecture to do that? I could do this. This is not very nice. Let me try that anyway. Windows, so SDL get window info, so that would be the info. Get info. So there's a variable x11 display. Info.x11.display. Does it work? No. It requires probably some include that I did not do. Like this. Better. Getting there. Data fields. Why? Why does it not exist there? Has no member called that. SDL2, SDL. That was sys. Here. Display. Why? Why does it not exist? This driver is missing. Why? Do I have to define that? No. Info.x11.display. Why is it missing? It's inside this one, .info. So info.info. So that will do it. So I'm back anyway. System crashed. Press escape. What happened here? So yeah, someone said printf. That has the exact same problem as the system line earlier. That is not the way to do it. So while the stream was out, I added this info.info, which actually gets the display variable here. But there is another problem now. When I do this, I get a display opening failed, so which means this variable actually is null. So that is not what I have. So let me see what it actually created here. For subsystem. Copy paste, copy paste. How many years of experience do you have in coding? Like 27. An unknown system. Well. So what does it actually have? Unknown system. 0. So I guess this function call actually failed. I have been streaming just half an hour now, but I'm already so sweaty. Of course this won't display the room temperature here, but trust me, it's hot here. The outside temperature right now is 19 degrees Celsius. So yeah. So why would this function call is there a function like that? SDL get error. Yes, there is. Application not compiled with SDL 2.0. Really? Really? Application not compiled with SDL 2.0. Well, it is compiled with SDL 2.0, as you can see here. SDL2, SDL2. Why? Not compiled. So much about programming is Googling things when you run into unexpected problems. I don't know. Can I also do this? Did you research Unreal Engine packages? No, I didn't. This program is running SDL version 0.0.0 on an unknown system. Huh. Really? How is that possible? Oh yeah, it gives me 0 because it depends on this function called succeeding. SDL init could be the reason, so SDL. SDL init. Yeah, I may need to call that. SDL init video, audio. Is there a keyboard flag? No, there is not. Still doesn't work. Is there some subsystem that I need to initialize here? Init everything. Let's try init everything. There was an include mentioned on one of the pages you looked at. Well, this example over here mentions SDL and SDL this one, and both of these are included in this module. So no, still doesn't work. So it wasn't SDL init that is causing it. 38 degrees Celsius. Well, you get used to that, of course. But right now, well, it's 20 degrees outside, but inside here in my room, it's like, I guess 27 or something. SDL version. When is that? SDL version. That would be. It works. Thank you, Stian Skjelstad. That actually worked. So let me remove these. Of course I don't need duration 1 second, I only need 100 milliseconds or something. That's still quite long. Maybe I need shorter? Yeah, that was really long. Let me check whether that pitch works. Works. So let me make it the standard pitch. Yeah, that's exactly the same as what Xterm is doing. So that works now. Of course, this only works on systems with X11, and I really don't want that dependency here, so so let me add that as a to-do. And of course remove these functions that are never used. Remove that and that. And also remove that wrong comment here. Yeah. No, CPP Toast, that will not work. Because system beep will just execute a command called beep, and if I execute a command called beep, nothing happens because there is no such command here. But in any case, that task is now done. Thanks to so many of you. Although this change is kinda awkward. So, in any case, bell is now done. So the next one that I should do is screen recording. Using SDL to generate a simple square wave shouldn't be too much of a hassle. Well, it kinda depends, because you would need to create a mixer that produces continuous stream of sound. I don't have that program either, Jelix. Nice try. Yeah, make -j automatically uses all cores. Actually, that means that it runs everything simultaneously that it possibly could. So, screen recording. So, of course, for that purpose I would need libav codec, I believe. Also, I should probably do this in terms of package config, possibly. Yeah. So remove that. Using SDL audio, you can play a sample of Biscuit saying a random bad word in Finnish. Yes, you can do that. And you could, of course, do something like this. Okay, there was a couple of more sound effects there than I thought, but yeah, something like that would work, but that's not what I want there. In any case, that beep problem is now temporarily at least done. So I committed that, and I could possibly push it also to GitHub. Yeah, someone actually commented Star Control 2 before. So, for video recording, AV codec. Where does that actually sit? Okay, so I guess I will have to do it directly. Like those are probably something I will need. eSpeak, please try this. Like I said, I don't have eSpeak installed here. Sorry, Daniel Vieracosta, if you read the chat rules, if I don't understand the language you are speaking, I am going to assume that you said something obscene. Even though in this case I don't think you did, but rules are rules. Thank you, Itamar Carvalho. I have no idea how to pronounce that name correctly. Package config libav codec. Really? No, that doesn't work. Actually, there may be a reason why that doesn't work. Oh yeah. The package not having been installed could be a good reason why it doesn't work. So I will need these and the lib format div. What else could I need? Well, those are the starters. Are you a Nordic person? Yes, I am. Finland is a Nordic country. Oh, that song name, yeah, that's probably so. What was your biggest project, Biscuit? Is that an interview question? Did you play Fallout 3 or 4? No, I haven't played any game in the Fallout series. So, now that will work. Did I have it already open? Yes, I did. So let me see, does that print what I wanted? So probably those. libutil. Okay. Am I online now? Yes? No? No? Yes? Hopefully. Hopefully. Okay. In any case, I lost the thing that I was hoping would not happen, that it creates a separate stream, a separate video for the portions when I'm offline and portions when I'm online, and too bad. I blame the horrible connections for Telia. So, Swedish telecompany, not good. So, video recording. I actually don't know anything about how to do video those things nowadays with libav codec. I used to do it before, as evidenced by that Bing video I made earlier, but of course the API has changed quite a great deal, so that will be something I would have to research quite a lot. And with it being so swelteringly hot here, I'm thinking I will save that either into the next stream or do it off screen. Yeah, I did start a new stream this time, unfortunately, so I will have to again do some offline editing for the streams to stitch them together so I can upload a new one video. Last time I tried it, I just hacked it together to send stream of bytes directly to FFmpeg. Yes, I could try that same, but there is one thing I want to do. Specifically, when I resize this window, change the window size, I wanted to continue that same recording session. So that it creates one video file. So that's something I would like to do there. Or, well, I could do what I do in DOSBox, which is create a new video file every time the screen is resized and process that offline. That is also a possibility. Yeah, I could just output it into a pipe and let FFmpeg deal with the video file. That is one option that I could do. Hold on. Let me make a little test here. So, redraw is the render present. And this is just going to be a little test. Thank you, Daniel Viera Costa. Yeah, in any case, sorry about the timeout, but I think the timeout was just 10 minutes, so it would be over right now. So it's nice that there are Brazilian people watching. Yes, I agree. Frames.bin. So the pixel buffer. This is a kind of crazy song. Did you play Fallout 3 or 4? Yes, I actually answered that question. No, I have not played any game in the Fallout series. I added a K letter somewhere. Where? Line this one. So, now let me see what happens when I do this. Open the terminal. Alright, that is done. And now, what was the resolution again? The resolution was like there. So video recording actually worked. So this is the video that I just recorded. So technically that is already done, but no, I'm not going to settle for that. I would at least need yeah, one of the problems is that the timing is not precise. Timing is not precise there. The frame rate is not constant, so I would have to add timings there somehow. Did you try to work as programmer in some organization like Microsoft/Red Hat or even games company? I have worked in programming companies before. When I was, well, actually many of them, but nothing like Microsoft or Red Hat. I think the song is broken. Yeah, that was not playing properly there. You would need to set canvas size before you actually starting to record and then resize at your liking, then pass those bytes at Biscuit. Kinda yes and no. So I could replace this with something like popen. So pixels, no, yes. Buff pixels, yes. Buff pixels, whatever. That will probably get a copyright missile, so I will switch the song. This will probably also... I don't know. And this already played. Well, this probably already played too, but I will let it stay. What was the parameter? It was format. By the way, did it play colors correctly? Yes, the colors were correct. Yes, they were. So that is the input option, and then so that would be like the command. Of course I needed the output file name. So something like that. I want to try that. Just for the testing of it. What do you think about games like Minecraft? It's nice. I haven't played it. I have seen screenshots and maybe some footage also. Do I need to switch the order of these parameters? Yeah, I need this option first. So okay, now it is recording in real time. Hopefully, yes. I'm running the editor here and it is recording stuff. So now let's terminate it and see what it did. Frames.avi. This is the video file that it recorded. And it seems to work. Yeah. That is one way to do it. And that is again something that I could possibly settle to. But there is still the problem with the frame rate. But I will have to think. Using another program to record the terminals, that sounds like a lazy hack. Actually, it's a Unix principle. The Unix principle is that you have many tiny programs, and each tiny program that does one thing, and it does it well. Contrast to systems like Windows, where you have programs that do this and this and this and this and this. And if you have another program that does that part better, but this program does this part better, then you're out of luck. But in Unix you can compare, you can combine these tiny pieces to make your favorite system. So yeah, these, how many lines is that? That's 4 lines. That's 7 lines of code. 7 lines of code that does the video recording. Although that's a kind of cheaty solution, I have to agree, but I think that will count it for the purposes of this stream. And that will probably stay there for a while, although I need to add something to make the frame rate stable there. Yeah, you are welcome, Marcus Williams. Yeah, sorry for muting you, but rules are rules. Can't you apply second chroma key to get rid of the shadow behind you? Second, you are saying? I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 color keys. When you have a filter window like this open, you have to press the close button. If you just close the window using this X in the corner, then OBS crashes. So you have to press the close button, otherwise OBS crashes. Your voice sounds a lot louder on the right speaker. That's because I have a stereo microphone here, so it depends on where I am in the relation to the microphone, which direction you get the sound from. So I think in terms of programming I am almost done for this stream. And of course I didn't need these at all, so I have to remove those. So what did I actually change? I changed this, I changed that, and I added these 7 lines. Of course that is not code that I'm going to commit, because that will screw things for so many other people, so I will comment it out. So, video recording, sort of, and push it into GitHub. There we go. So that is now in GitHub, and I think I'm pretty much done for this project in terms of live streams now. Although there are other options. In some of the earlier streams, someone was asking me whether I am going to add support for images or animations in the terminal. And nice of you to ask. I know exactly why you asked that, because you are comparing me to that schizophrenic programmer many of you know, but there is actually a little bit validity to that question, because there is actually an extension to the ANSI codes called Sizable, which actually adds support for graphics in the terminal. My terminal doesn't support this, but I documented this out just in case I want to do that later. There's also another extension called Regius, which also adds graphics support to a terminal. It's different because Sizable graphics is a pixel-based graphic system, and Regius graphics is a vector-based graphic system, as far as I know anyway. So there are actually 2 possible options for adding graphics into the terminal, and both of these have already existed since the 1970s or 1980s at least, so they are nothing new. But if I were to add graphics support into my terminal, that could be one way to do it. But in any case, I think I'm done for now. So the next video that I'm going to upload is preferably going to be that one C++ related tutorial thing, but it won't be done before I get the video clips that I kinda need for that video. Or if I don't get enough submissions for those video clips, then I will have to make them myself or something like that. I don't know yet. But that will probably be in the end of this month, which is not very far away. It's just one week from now, so I have to see what I do about that. Are you coding the Terminal Emulator in your Terminal Emulator? Well, for parts I did actually. So, are you making this Terminal Emulator so you can make videos like those old ones in MS-DOS? Yeah, kinda yes and no. There's more information on that GitHub page. How to check with five tables with five values whether the given element is adjacent to another one, bearing in mind that that it can be adjacent to values with the values higher, table above, table below. Is that an exercise question? I'm not going to do your homework. I just check your site and I have noticed that you have your own SNES linker and assembler. Did you try to develop SNES ROMs or ROM hacks? I have actually created ROM translations for SNES. What operating system do you use? Check the FAQ. Frequently asked questions. I didn't know they had internet in Finland. Yeah, sure. How was your... Sorry, I don't read Arabic. Programming an emulator inside Terminal Emulator, inside Virtual Emulator operating system, or nah. Yeah. So, yeah. The stream is about to be over. So... yeah, the video on demand will be up later, couple of days from now, because I will have to do the editing because YouTube created several pieces for this video because of the Telia network connections, so that is kind of bad. But in any case, that's all I have for you today. That's all I have for you today. See you next time. Bye. Do I click the right button? Yes, I did. Stream is over. Recording is not over yet. This was never shown on the live stream. Thank you, everyone. So now the video recording will be over as well. See you. Bye.